Hello everyone, this is Passion of Marcoin. Thanks for tuning in and share this video with others so they can be on the road to financial freedom. Now this question here, do you see? It says, do you have your W-4 filled out correctly? You could be losing between 2 to 800 a month. Now you guys stay tuned in, share this video with others so they can be on the road to financial freedom with financial literacy. Stay tuned in. Now, we're going to talk about the W-4 form. Now, according to the IRS.gov, over 80% of Americans do not have this form filled out correctly, which means you could be losing again between 2 to 800 a month. Now, the W-4 is a very important document to our lives financially. The USA Today and many other news publications have featured articles on the W-4 and the employee tax withholding. A major part made in an article is millions of employees allow the IRS to withhold too much money from their paychecks throughout the year. Now, the article also made the point that employees will be better off having less money withheld from their paycheck, which would increase their take-home pay. Now, the employee could then use the extra take-home pay to increase the investment to their retirement fund or pay off their debt earlier. Now, imagine having over an extra 500 per month or 6,000 per year in take-home pay. Using that extra cash flow to build your retirement investments or to eliminate debt could be life-changing. Now, the W-4 form, it is used by your employer to withhold the proper amount of federal income tax from your paycheck. Now, the IRS.gov recommends that every employee submit a new form each year or when your personal or financial situation has changed, such as a divorce, you're married, or an adoption, or you are beginning to take care of your parents, and now they are your dependents. So go back each year and look at your W-4 form and visit it and see has your situation has changed. So some people be like, oh, I've never looked at my W-4 in 10 years. A lot could have happened in 5 years, 10 years. So go back and look at your W-4 form. So today, on the W-4 form, our situation is a single person with no kids. Again, a single person with no kids. So let's jump into it. Now it says on line A, enter one for yourself if no one else can claim you as a dependent. And here I put the number 1 because again, our scenario is a single person with no kids. Now on line B, it says enter 1 if you're single and have only one job. Enter 1 if you're married and only have one job and your spouse doesn't work, or your wages from a second job or your spouse wages are 1,500 or less. In our scenario, which is single with 0 kids, we will put number 1 on this line. And on line C, it says enter 1 for your spouse. And again, we are single. Now, on line D, it says enter the number of dependents other than your spouse or yourself that will claim you on your tax return. And we do not have a spouse, so we will enter in 0. On line E, enter 1 if you will file as head of household on your tax return. Now let's see these conditions under head of household above. Now I know a lot of people that say, I claim head of household. I know that in here in a marriage, the husband is the head of household. But let's take a look. According to the IRS.gov, what does head of household mean in their terms? Now, head of household is generally you can claim head of household filing status on your tax return only if you are unmarried and pay more than 50% of the cost of keeping up a home for yourself and your dependents and other qualifying individuals. See publication 501 exemption standard deductions and filing information. You see again, it says generally you can claim head of household filing status on your tax return only if you are unmarried and pay more than 50% of your costs keeping up a home for yourself. So go back and look at these lines. So on line E, we will put 0. Line F, it says enter 1 if you have at least 2,000 of child or dependent care expenses for which you claim the credit. So on this line here, we will put 0. Now on line G, it says child tax credit. Again, our scenario is a single person with no kids. So on line G, it will be 0. Now on line H, it says add lines A through G and enter total here. See, on A is 1 and B is 1. So here on line H, we will enter 2. So when you go to your employee, you will put your personal allowance as 2. You'll be amazed how many people put 0, 1 just because they're single, because it's only one person. So you see, over 80% of Americans could be having this W-4 filled out correctly. So go back and read line by line. Now, did you know there is a page 2 to this W-4 form? Now, this is for business owners. Now, did you know business owners have over 400 plus deductions that they can qualify just by filling out this back form? Now, we can show you how to become a business owner and have access to those over 400 deductions, know how to hire your kids, and more. So again, we want you guys to go back and look at the W-4 form correctly and see if you have it filled out incorrectly. Read it line by line. So share this video with others. You all take care and begin to build wealth with financial literacy. You all take care.